Hey, how's it going today, guys? So I'm going to give you an update on how the clan's doing. So we have now mined 335 blocks. We did shut off yesterday for about, I'd say about 12 hours, just about. We were going to stay in Dune League. We decided that we're just going to move up to Horizon. Screw it. Hopefully we do good. So we now have 3,162.95 terahashes. We do have 12 members. I believe we did lose a member yesterday after stopping boosting. I don't know if they logged in and they were like, well, screw this, I'm going to go to a different team, which is understandable. But in general, I'm not going to really have us shut down for boosting like that anymore because it kind of, I don't know. I don't know if it really worked out. But anyways, guys, I got to show you guys some things. So, if we go over here and we look at my rewards, right? Let's go over to, so this was actually a passive ×4 that I won, so I'm not going to click that one. Let's go to this ×4. So this ×4, I am currently getting a payout of 12.38 Go Mining token. I do believe this is going to be multiplied a little bit and possibly equal a little bit more token, possibly not. But you will see that I only spent 3 tokens on this. So since I spent 3 tokens, you can times that by 4, and that means that I now have 4 more opportunities to try to win another ×4, assuming that I put in 2 tokens. If I was to only put in, and then the other thing is, so this was won at 16 minutes and 51 seconds. One thing about this is you will see that on the right-hand side, that is a focus boost. That expires at minute 5. That is to add 2.5 million points for the first 5 minutes of the game to increase my chance of winning substantially. I was probably around a 20-30% chance, especially when the game started. Then it slowly went down. And then that does expire at minute 6, so that expired. I do have this one boost, so this added, always forget the name of it, but this added a 1 million points, and that stays active. It stays active the whole game, but it just stays at 1 million compared to the 2.5 million that expires. So that stayed active, and then I just had a rocket, and the rocket made it so that I probably had another percent and a half chance. On this win alone, with the game lasting 16-17 minutes, if I had an echo boost, I probably would have had a little bit more points than this rocket, and I would have had an even higher odds of winning. So it is good that I won that. So then let's look into a couple more, because I kind of want to get a certain point across. So this is one of my gambling sessions that I did. I got stung by a bee. I was literally at urgent care in the frickin' waiting room. I'm like mad, dude. My frickin' arms burnt, my hands burning, and I'm just like, and then a ×16 pops up, and I'm just like, it's like what I was saying in the last video. I'm just like, focus boost, focus boost, focus boost, and then I start hitting the lightning, and then that's 1 million each. The focus boost is 2.5 million each. So suddenly I'm at 10 million, 11. I'm at 13 million points, and I started at 1 minute and 20 seconds. I won the match at 1 minute and 51 seconds. So I put 6 rockets in. All of those tokens were technically just a waste. There's really no point in all of those tokens. And the other thing is, doing a 13 token boost to only win 30 or 49 tokens is very risky, because in general, it's probably going to take me more than 3 or 4 chances to win a round like this. So, you know, if I lowered it, if I was more like maybe if I just had 7 boosts in total, that would have been better, because then I would have right around 7 chances to boost. So then if I went down a little bit, I would have even more. Maybe I'd have 8 chances, 9 chances. So that's kind of the way I like to look into this. But this was lucky. This was lucky. This is one of the only times that's like the second time that's ever worked out for me. Let's go into this ×4. This ×4, you will see that I actually, it looks like this one was actually my passive one, and I believe that was today. So that was pretty cool, winning a ×4. It's been a while since I've won a passive block like that. I'm usually always boosting on the ×4s. Lately, I have been turning off, though, especially when I see the teammates boosting a lot on it. So if we go here, you will see, so the clan had a 63.23% chance of winning this times 8. And I want you guys to look at the amount of tokens that we are spending. The clan is fighting each other for tokens. We're working as a team. We're making a lot of money. But the problem is going this heavy in boosts, it's very unlikely that you're going to make your money back. And especially, I don't think we should all be boosting that much. I think it's a really bad idea because we're not making the amount back. Even the clan as a whole should be in a profit, not one guy down freaking 100 tokens, another guy even with tokens, another guy up 20 tokens, you know? This is my opinion on it. So if you look, though, it looks like this player is the one that did win, so congrats to him. But that's a lot of boosts for a times 8. That's a lot of boosts. That's way too many tokens. You really shouldn't be boosting more than 3, 4, 5, 6 tokens tops. And that's still kind of risky at that 6 mark because you might just lose. And then suddenly if you lose 5 or 6 or 7 times 8 games in a row, you're down 50, 60, 70 tokens. So that's where it gets risky. I want to actually show you guys more of my personal rewards. I didn't realize I was in the clan there. So if we go down to this times 16, so this times 16, you will see that I won this within 1 minute and 48 seconds. Now, I had a pretty low chance. So you'll see that my total clan, we had an 18.25% chance. So this isn't bad. Like, the clan's boost here isn't bad. Like, this is conservative. Like, we have a 1 in 5 chances of basically winning the block. And the amount of tokens that I ended up getting, 49 tokens, is definitely outpacing this. So I'm not sure how much the user pays for, or one of my teammates pays for this, but I know it's not as expensive as me. It's probably like 5 to 10 tokens. But these other ones are all 1 each. So we got 3, 4, 5. The blue is 2. 3, 4, 5. And then we got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So even 15 tokens, and if you add another 10, 25 tokens, 25 tokens to win 49 tokens is pretty risky. And the thing is, all of the so like the orange boosts that ended up being pointless because the game ended so early. And then and then the rocket boosts, those are pointless because the game ended early. So that's where it gets a little bit complicated here. And then you'll see that like I won the round just a 3.6% chance because I didn't put as many tokens in. And it just ended up landing on me, you know, pretty lucky. But that's the luck of the draw. Being able to invest small amounts of tokens in and continuing to do that. Because if you go too hard and then you run out of tokens, you're just out of tokens. So if we go down here, let's go to this times 8. I do believe, yep, so we actually, it keeps on taking me out of that. So let me actually move back down a little bit. Let's go to... could have sworn I won a times 8. I remember winning one at 5 a.m. I believe. Then the next day, I won a times 16 at 5 a.m. Give me a second, guys. Let's actually just go. Yep, this times 16. So that's the one I just showed you guys. So let me find that times 8 that I really wanted to show you really quick. So this is a good example. So this one, it looks like I kind of boosted to where I was like, because I've been losing out on some of the focus boosts. It's like some of the games are ending after 5 minutes. The focus boost expires. So I was kind of frustrated. So I was like, oh, I'm going to hit the lightning twice. Forget the name of it. I'm going to hit the lightning twice. I got 2 million points. So I was able to hold that 2 million points the whole game. And then I used the blue to boost the whole team. And that also doubled my points that I earned per second. So in this boost, I spent about 4 tokens. I won 24. So spending 4 tokens, I have about 6 chances of trying to win a game like that when I'm spending 4 tokens. If we go over here, Let's go down. Let's go down. Let's try this times 4. So this is a so this one looks like that one's not me again. I keep on clicking the wrong tab. So let's actually go to one of my times 4s. We're gonna go over. So yeah, this is all bad luck. So I was helping everybody else with shields, man, like for literally 2 days, and I won like nothing. And I ended up stopping with the shields because I wasn't winning anything. I was spending 2 tokens a game on the shields, and I was winning nothing. So I was like, okay, well, I can't keep doing that. I'm actually still behind from that. It looks like I don't have that many interesting wins, sadly. Like this win, it looks like I did rockets. I did rockets, lightning, and a focus. So focus gave me a lot of points in the beginning. It expired at minute 5. And my lightning stayed with the 1 million points. And then the rockets, you know, that increased my points per second by about 3x, I believe. But at this point, at minute 16, minute 17, if I would have invested in a focus boost over a rocket, I would actually have more points than what I do here. So, like, the long game is really... I don't know if I just said focus boost. I meant to say echo boost. The echo boost is really for the long game. And then the focus boost is in the beginning of the game. The lightning, that's going to keep it so that you can, like, keep some sort of points after minute 5. And it's kind of like for that mid-game that... One of the clan mates was kind of explaining that to me earlier, which I do agree on it. But one thing I have noticed is, like, anytime I'm going for short game, mid game, and long game, I'm spending more tokens and I don't win. I don't win. A lot of my wins are always in the beginning of rounds. Let's see if I can find another one. So you will see, like, here, that one's not my win. Let's go down. Sorry, this is very annoying to navigate. I think I'm just going to go to the other cycle where I can show you guys some better examples. So if you go here, you will see that, like, this one, all my teammates weren't boosting. So that is another problem that I am noticing, is that we're all boosting, like, every single round. And I think we're kind of screwing each other because these other teams aren't even really competing with us. It's just like us competing with ourselves. It's a little bit silly. I think it's going to change in Horizon League because we really can't play like that exactly. But you'll see that I won this 10 seconds into the match, and I had an 89.11% chance of being the winner. And I basically held all the clan power. I was in this, like, other clan. Or no, this is the very beginning of Gates of Stormwind. So, I started the game with 5 million points, and I had 1 echo boost. And that echo boost wouldn't really start, like, making some kind of gain like a rocket until, like, 10-12 minutes in. But I basically, you know, I did a smaller amount so I can just try to win the beginning of the game. You know, that kind of worked. So if I go back here, sorry if you hear my cat. He's kind of being a pain right now. Bugger. Bugs. If we go over here, I'm going through the clan again. We go over here, and we go down. See if I want anything else that's interesting. So this kind of looks like the same. So this is like a ×4. This match, so this ended 4 minutes and 38 seconds into the match. So this is like literally 22 seconds before that focus boost expires. And you'll see that I had 1 focus, I had 1 echo. Echo is for late game. You get points every 2 minutes, and the points build upon each other almost like a dividend stock. So you end up having an upward curve towards the end of the game. And well, the curve starts like, it starts around minute 10, minute 12. And it will outpace a rocket, especially by minute 15, minute 16. So it looks like I had a rocket too. So the rocket was actually pretty useless. Like, it's hard to tell. Like, there's a chance that maybe if I didn't have that rocket, maybe the game wouldn't have landed on my name, but it's unlikely. So that rocket didn't have a lot of time to build up a lot of points. But the focus boost was mainly where all the points were coming from, and the lightning. because I had 3.5 million points between those two. So definitely pretty interesting. So not too wasteful, right? But there is some waste that I run into. There is some waste that I see. Let's see if I can find a really good example of this. I don't know if I showed this one, but I was pretty lucky with that. Yeah, I did show that one. Yeah, like I said, guys, like I haven't had the craziest wins this week. It's just like, you know, I'm not gonna go all in on competing with my teammates. It's kind of silly to do that. And if we go here, because also if they don't win that match when they're like boosting a lot, they're gonna lose money. If I win the match with 2 tokens and they lose the match with 15 tokens, you know, that's not good either. I'm having trouble finding a new round. I don't know if I'll be able to find a new one. Let's actually just go. I might even just go to that other cycle. So here's a good example. Like, this is wasteful. Definitely wasteful. Game ended 5 minutes and 46 seconds in, and you'll see that I had 2 rockets. Which 2 rockets, you know, points built up a little bit by 5 minutes. So it's not horrible. But it looks like I had 2 echoes. So the echoes, that's where the actual waste was in this, would be the echo. Because what I did here is I basically, I set myself up for early game with a focus. I set myself up with late game with 2 echoes. I set myself up for like the middle of the game with 2 lightnings where I also keep those points. So I'll have those lightning points of 2 million when the 5 million worth of points of echo expires. And then the rockets have just like been building me a little bit of points the whole time. But you know, it's not going to really be noticeable compared to the 1 million points for quite some time. So there's probably like a couple tokens that I could have taken out of here, a couple boosts. If we go over here and just keep scrolling, let's go to my old cycle, because like this is where I kind of like made a decent amount of money, man. Let's go to maybe here. So here, I had 1 focus boost. I won the match 16 seconds in. I had 39% chance to win. This isn't a much lower Dune rank, so I didn't get that many tokens. But that's a pretty solid win. So with that 1 win, I now have 9 tokens, and I only spent 1. I have 9 more chances to basically get another win. So I guess my point is that I'm like, what I'm trying to say, guys. Let me see if anybody won a block recently. This guy, freaking this K-Bone, he has like he has 5,700 terahashes. So you see his name pop up a lot, especially with passive blocks. He was probably passive, I bet. Yeah, so this guy just won that passive block, 12.36 tokens. He's not like boosting at all this entire week. It seems like he's just collecting tokens, which is definitely pretty interesting, because I'm kind of wondering if he's like a lot more profitable with that, because those tokens don't have the electricity, right? Kind of hard to say. But in general, guys, what I've noticed is like when you boost too much, you're not going to exactly just win the match because you boosted too much. You still have a good chance of losing the match. And then if you put all of your tokens in and you can't afford to do that 10 more times, there's a good chance you're just going to lose all of the money because you can't keep putting that same amount of tokens in 10 more times. So I'd rather have like 2, 3, 4 tokens, maybe 5 if it's a times 32 or times 16, maybe. But if my whole team is putting in 5 tokens too, then no, it's kind of useless, because it just doesn't make sense to put in that many tokens for a small gain, you know? That's just kind of my opinion on it, guys. But in general, like, you know, we're definitely doing pretty good. We're definitely mining a lot, making a lot of money. We're still looking for people to join. I'd like to be at 4,000 terahashes next week. If we can get up to 4,000 terahashes, I'd be pumped. 4,000 terahashes allows everybody to lower their boosts. It allows us to earn more sats by being passive and just earning off of our terahash. So then, even if the big players are basically winning most of the blocks, let's say, everybody will get their weekly pay, and they'll probably get more than their weekly pay. Where the risk comes is when you have low Terra hashes and you're over boosting. That's where a lot of risk comes. Especially if you're doing these big boosts where you're putting in 14, 15, 20 tokens for a reward that's only 30 tokens, let's say. But yeah, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.